What if the heaviness in your legs when you wake up, the subtle numbness in your hands, isn't the final chapter? What if it's just a chapter? Let me tell you a story. It's a story about quiet strength and how the simplest things, the things we've known all our lives, hold the power to give us our lives back.
Laura had always believed her hands told her life's story. They had kneaded dough for her children's bread, held the books she taught from for 30 years, and for the last decade, they had cultivated the most beautiful rose garden on the block. But lately, her hands were telling a different story, a story of betrayal. She tried to grip the familiar wooden handle of the trowel, but her fingers felt distant, puffy and numb, as if they belonged to someone else. It was part of the same creeping fog that had settled over her in recent years. The primary health struggle wasn't a dramatic event. It was the silent creep of fatigue and weakness, a heaviness in her legs that made the walk to the mailbox feel like a marathon, a heartbeat that felt tired. This was Laura, the woman who could outlast anyone in the garden, the grandmother who would build elaborate forts in the living room and get down on the floor to play. That woman was her identity, but the symptoms were dismantling that identity, piece by piece. The fatigue wasn't just being tired, it was a thief that stole afternoons with her grandkids. The numbness wasn't just a sensation, it was a barrier between her and the earth she loved to touch. Each day was a series of these small surrenders, a quiet erosion of her confidence, her joy, her very self. The world saw a woman gracefully aging, but inside, she felt like she was fading. One evening, as the house grew quiet, a thought, sharp and devastating, surfaced from the fog. My own body feels like a stranger's house I'm trapped in. It wasn't a cry for help. It was a statement of fact, whispered into the lonely silence of the room. This was her new reality, a prison of her own flesh and bone. And then, she saw it. Through the glass, on a vine she'd neglected for weeks, was one perfect, defiant rose. It had pushed through, against the odds, reaching for the light. It wasn't a miracle. It was just stubborn, a quiet act of resilience. And in that moment, something shifted. A different thought, a question, took root in the tired soil of her mind. If that little rose can still fight, maybe I can too. The journey back wasn't a sprint. It was a series of small, intentional steps. It began not with a new prescription, but with a new question. What if I could rebuild my body from the inside out? It started in her kitchen. It started with rediscovering the power on her plate. Reclaiming the moments wasn't about becoming the woman in the old photograph again. It was about honoring the woman she was now, and giving her the strength she deserved.
Laura's story isn't just a story, it's a testament to a truth that too many of us forget. Growing old is natural, but growing weak doesn't have to be. I know the skepticism you might feel. We're told the answers lie in complex procedures and prescriptions with long lists of side effects. But what if the most profound medicine is also the simplest? What if the real foundation for a strong heart, stable blood sugar, and clear circulation is already sitting in your kitchen, waiting to be rediscovered? In the next few minutes, we're going to walk through some of the most powerful natural ways to take back control. We're not talking about miracle pills. We're talking about real food. We will start with a simple but powerful foundational habit that resets your entire system. Then we'll uncover a crucial insight about the colorful foods that act like an internal shield. We'll move on to an essential strategy using green foods that literally heal your heart, and a surprising secret about the fats and minerals that build your body's inner armor. And you absolutely must stay with me until the very end, because our final #1 revelation is a simple, delicious onion recipe that many doctors are now calling a natural elixir for its incredible ability to fight inflammation and restore vitality. This is a journey of rediscovery, and it starts now. So if you're ready to feel stronger, more energetic, and fully alive after 60, tap that subscribe button and turn on the bell. This space is for you. And just a quick, important reminder, all the information shared today is for educational purposes. Everyone's health situation is unique, so please consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet or health regimen. Our goal is to empower you with knowledge so you can have the best possible conversation with them about your health. All right, let's begin. Our foundational habit, the fiber reset. Let's start not with a single food, but with a single powerful principle, resetting your body's foundation with fiber. We often hear the word fiber, but we rarely appreciate what a game changer it truly is, especially for those of us over 60 managing heart health and blood sugar. The problem we face is that our modern diet, full of refined carbohydrates and processed foods, creates chaos in our system. It causes sharp, draining spikes in blood sugar, followed by exhausting crashes. This roller coaster taxes our pancreas, promotes inflammation, and contributes to the bad LDL cholesterol that can clog our arteries. To truly grasp how this works, let's use an analogy. Imagine your digestive system and bloodstream are like a river. For years, a diet of processed foods is like dumping sludge and thick mud into that river. The flow becomes sluggish and dirty, and when a sudden surge of sugar comes, like a flash flood, it overwhelms the riverbanks, causing damage downstream in your organs and arteries. It's a chaotic, damaging process, but this is where our foundational habit comes in. Incorporating specific high-fiber foods acts like introducing a sophisticated natural dredging crew and dam system to that river. Foods like oats, black beans, and apples are rich in a specific type of fiber called soluble fiber. This isn't just roughage, it's smarter than that. When you eat it, this soluble fiber dissolves in water in your gut to form a thick, gel-like substance. This gel does two miraculous things. First, it physically traps particles of cholesterol and sugar, slowing their absorption into your bloodstream. The flash flood of sugar becomes a gentle, steady stream. Therefore, you don't get those damaging blood sugar spikes. Your energy remains stable, your pancreas gets a much-needed rest, and you avoid the cravings that come from a sugar crash. A clinical study in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism confirmed that daily oat consumption, thanks to its beta-glucan fiber, significantly lowered LDL cholesterol and improved insulin response in adults with type 2 diabetes. Second, this gel makes you feel full and satisfied for much longer. This is crucial for weight management, which is a cornerstone of both heart and metabolic health. Black beans are a superstar here, offering not just that amazing soluble fiber, but also a healthy dose of plant-based protein to maintain muscle mass and stabilize appetite. A study in the journal Nutrients highlighted how black beans dramatically reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. And then there's the humble apple. The old saying holds true, especially if you eat the skin. The skin contains pectin, another powerful soluble fiber, but also a flavonoid called quercetin, which we'll talk more about later. The pectin slows sugar absorption, helping to keep everything in balance. Now, when it comes to a big shift in your diet like increasing fiber, it's especially important for us to approach it with awareness. If you're not used to a high-fiber diet, start gently and increase your intake gradually, while also drinking plenty of water. This allows your digestive system to adapt. And, as always, it's wise to discuss any significant changes with your doctor, especially if you have ongoing health considerations. Our goal here is empowerment through knowledge, so you can make the best choices for your unique situation. So, the payoff of the fiber reset is profound. By making steel-cut oats, black beans, and whole apples a regular part of your diet, you're not just eating food. You are fundamentally changing the way your body processes energy. You're cleaning the river, controlling the flow, and building a foundation of stable, lasting vitality. Crucial insight number 4, the antioxidant rainbow. Now that we've established our foundation, let's move to our next crucial insight. one that adds a layer of deep cellular protection. This is about fighting a hidden enemy that ages us from the inside out: oxidative stress. The problem is this: throughout our lives, our bodies are under constant attack from things called free radicals. You can think of them as tiny, unstable sparks that fly off from our body's normal metabolic processes, like a car's exhaust. Pollution, stress, and poor diet create even more of them. These sparks bounce around inside our cells, damaging DNA, proteins, and the delicate lining of our blood vessels. This damage is called oxidative stress, and it is a root cause of chronic inflammation, heart disease, diabetes, and even memory issues. Let's use another analogy to make this clear. Imagine your body is like a beautiful, brand new classic car. Oxidative stress is like invisible rust. It starts in hidden places, on the delicate wiring under the hood, inside the engine parts, on the shiny chrome trim. You might not see it for years, but slowly and surely it's corroding the vehicle, weakening its structure, and causing systems to fail. So what's the solution? The solution is to hire an expert restoration crew. In our bodies, that crew is called antioxidants, and they are most abundantly found in colorful fruits. This is our crucial insight. Eating the antioxidant rainbow is like deploying a team of specialists to stop the rust in its tracks. Let's look at our team. First, the deep reds and purples found in strawberries and grapes. These are loaded with powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins, and in the case of grapes, resveratrol. These compounds are the rust neutralizers. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that the anthocyanins in strawberries directly help reduce insulin resistance and lower inflammation in the bloodstream. Resveratrol, concentrated in the skin of purple grapes, has been shown in research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition to reduce oxidative stress in the arteries themselves, preventing the damage that leads to plaque buildup. This is a direct defense for your heart. Then we have the bright, vibrant oranges and yellows of oranges and lemons. These are famous for vitamin C, which is a master antioxidant. Going back to our car analogy, vitamin C is like the specialist who polishes the chrome and strengthens the car's frame. It's essential for producing collagen, the protein that keeps your blood vessels flexible and resilient. A study in the journal Free Radical Biology and Medicine showed that consistent vitamin C intake helps reduce arterial stiffness. The pulp in a whole orange also contains hesperidin and fiber, which helps your blood vessels function properly and slows sugar absorption. Therefore, choosing a whole orange over juice is always the smarter, more protective choice. Even a simple lemon, which is incredibly alkalizing, helps to create an internal environment where inflammation, the rust, has a harder time forming in the first place. A splash in your water or over your meals is a simple, powerful habit. By intentionally eating a rainbow of these fruits, you are doing more than just getting your vitamins. You are actively protecting your body at a cellular level. You're neutralizing the damage, strengthening your defenses, and keeping your internal engine running smoothly for the long haul. Essential strategy number 3, the green heart healers. We've laid the fiber foundation and deployed the antioxidant shield. Now let's talk about our next essential strategy: actively cleaning and healing your cardiovascular system with some of nature's most powerful green foods. The problem for many of us as we age is that our internal highway system, our arteries and blood vessels, gets congested. Think of it like a city's road network. Years of high cholesterol, inflammation, and high blood pressure are like constant traffic jams, road closures, and potholes. Blood flow slows down, pressure builds up. The heart, which is the city's power plant, has to work dangerously hard just to keep things moving. This strain is a direct path to heart attack and stroke. This is where our green heart healers come in. Think of foods like kale, broccoli, and avocado as the city's most elite road crew and maintenance team. They don't just manage the traffic, they actively repair the roads. Let's start with the leafy greens, kale, and broccoli. These are your cleanup crew. They are packed with a compound called sulforaphane. Research from institutions like Johns Hopkins University has shown that sulforaphane activates enzymes in your body that literally detoxify your bloodstream and reduce inflammation inside the artery walls. It's like a crew that comes in and scrubs away the sticky grime that causes plaque to build up. Furthermore, kale is full of soluble fiber, which, as we learned, helps pull bad cholesterol out of your body before it even has a chance to become a roadblock. But these greens also contain a crucial combination of vitamin K and vitamin C. Vitamin K is like the traffic coordinator, helping to ensure calcium ends up in your bones, not hardening in your arteries. Vitamin C helps keep the vessel walls themselves strong and flexible. Therefore, this combination doesn't just clear the roads, it makes the roads themselves more durable and resilient. Now let's talk about a surprising member of the team, the one that works on widening the lanes and smoothing the flow: avocado. Many people are still wary of avocado because of its fat content, but this is a classic misunderstanding. The monounsaturated fat in avocados is a true heart healer. A study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that eating one avocado a day can significantly reduce bad LDL cholesterol while actually raising the good HDL con. This is the equivalent of turning a congested 2-lane road into a smooth-flowing 4-lane highway. There's simply more room for traffic to move, which reduces pressure. Avocados are also packed with potassium, even more than bananas. Potassium is essential for relaxing the walls of your blood vessels, which naturally lowers blood pressure and takes an immense strain off your heart. For anyone managing diabetes or prediabetes, avocados are a double win, as they also improve your body's insulin sensitivity, making you better at managing blood sugar. This is another key senior health secret: that the right fats are not the enemy, they are essential allies. Now, with greens like broccoli and kale, a gentle preparation is best to preserve their powerful compounds. Lightly steaming or a quick stir fry is far better than boiling them into submission. And with avocado, simply adding it to a salad or a smoothie is all it takes. By making these green heart healers a regular part of your meals, you are performing daily maintenance on your body's most critical infrastructure. You're clearing the blockages, strengthening the pathways, and allowing life-giving energy to flow freely to every single cell in your body. The surprising secret number 2: nature's inner armor. We've worked on our foundation, our antioxidant shield, and our internal highways. Now we come to a surprising secret that focuses on fortifying the very structure of our health, providing the essential materials for cellular strength and resilience. This is about building your body's inner armor. The problem we're addressing here is a subtle but pervasive one: mineral deficiencies and the silent inflammation they can cause. As we get older, our bodies can become less efficient at absorbing key minerals like magnesium. At the same time, a lifetime of small inflammatory triggers can build up, leading to a state of chronic low-grade inflammation that weakens circulation, impairs insulin function, and leaves us feeling fatigued and vulnerable. To understand this, let's imagine your body's trillions of cells are like the individual houses in a vast neighborhood. Chronic inflammation and oxidative stress are like constant, harsh weather, acid rain, strong winds, and vandals that are always chipping away at the bricks, breaking windows, and weakening the foundations of every single house. Over time, the entire neighborhood starts to look worn down and fragile. This is where our surprising secret comes in. Certain foods provide the high-quality building materials needed to fortify every single one of those houses. They are your body's source of inner armor. We're talking about walnuts, almonds, yams, and garlic. Let's start with the master builders. Walnuts and almonds. These aren't just snacks, they are nutritional powerhouses. Walnuts are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats are the flexible, weatherproof mortar that holds the bricks together. They directly combat inflammation. A study in Circulation, the Journal of the American Heart Association, showed that regular walnut consumption improves blood vessel flexibility and lowers cholesterol. Almonds, on the other hand, are your source of superior bricks and window panes. They are packed with magnesium and vitamin E. Magnesium is a super mineral involved in over 300 processes in the body, but one of its most critical jobs for us is improving insulin sensitivity. When your magnesium levels are optimal, your cells are far better at accepting glucose from the blood. Therefore, your blood sugar stays more stable. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that acts like reinforced, shatterproof glass for your cells, protecting them from damage. Now, for the specialized materials, yams are a fascinating part of this. They provide complex carbohydrates, which are like a slow, steady power source for the construction crew, preventing the energy spikes and crashes from simple sugars. But yams contain something special, a compound called diosgenin. According to a study in the Food and Function Journal, diosgenin has powerful anti-inflammatory effects that directly protect your blood vessels. It's like a specialized sealant that protects the foundation of each house from water damage. And finally, we have garlic. This humble bulb is the neighborhood security system. Its active compound, allicin, is a potent vasodilator, meaning it helps widen your blood vessels to improve blood flow and lower blood pressure. A controlled study published in Phytomedicine found that garlic significantly lowered fasting, blood glucose, and improved insulin sensitivity. It works by acting like a friendly security guard, helping to escort sugar out of the bloodstream and into the cells where it's needed for energy. A small handful of raw, unsalted almonds or walnuts a day, incorporating baked yams instead of white potatoes, and adding a crushed clove of garlic to your cooking. These are simple additions that create a profound protective effect. You are armoring your body from the inside out, providing the very materials it needs to withstand the test of time and stay strong, resilient, and full of energy. The ultimate revelation, the doctor's natural elixir. And now we've arrived at the moment you've been waiting for. We built the foundation, deployed the shields, cleaned the highways, and forged the armor. All of these steps are incredibly powerful. But our final number one revelation brings it all together in a simple, warming, and profoundly effective home recipe. This isn't just a dish, it's a synergy. It's a natural remedy that has genuinely surprised doctors and nutritionists with its ability to target the root cause of so many of our age-related struggles: chronic inflammation. When inflammation goes down, everything else starts to work better. Here's the simple recipe for what many are calling the natural elixir. Here's what you'll need: 1 red onion, thinly sliced, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, a pinch of black pepper, and if you like, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. The preparation is just as simple. Gently heat the olive oil in a skillet over medium-low heat. Add the sliced red onion and saute for about 3 to 4 minutes, just until it starts to soften and become fragrant. You want it softened, not brown. Then add the turmeric powder and the pinch of black pepper. Stir it all together and cook for just another 1 to 2 minutes, allowing the heat to activate the compounds. If you're using it, splash in the apple cider vinegar right at the end. That's it. Now let's break down why this simple concoction is so incredibly powerful. This is the ultimate payoff. Remember our analogy of chronic inflammation being like a faulty fire alarm, constantly blaring and causing stress and damage throughout the system? This recipe acts like a master technician who calmly enters, identifies the faulty wiring, and resets the entire system. First, the red onion. Onions, especially red ones, are one of the richest sources of that antioxidant we mentioned earlier, quercetin. Quercetin is a master inflammation regulator. It helps calm the inflammatory response in your arteries and has been shown to significantly improve insulin sensitivity. It's the technician who finds the source of the electrical fault. Next, the turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, which is arguably the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory agent on the planet. Countless studies have documented its ability to lower blood sugar, protect the cardiovascular system, and reduce pain. Curcumin is the technician's most advanced tool for repairing the damaged wiring. But curcumin has one weakness. Our bodies don't absorb it very well on their own. This is where the black pepper becomes the unsung hero. Black pepper contains piperine, a compound that has been shown to increase the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. The pepper doesn't just add flavor, it unlocks the full power of the turmeric. The extra virgin olive oil is more than just a cooking medium. It's packed with its own antioxidants and healthy monounsaturated fats that protect the heart and reduce bad cholesterol. It's the high-quality casing that protects the new repairs. And finally, the optional apple cider vinegar adds another layer of benefit, helping to stabilize blood sugar after your meal and supporting healthy digestion. The beauty of this recipe is its simplicity and its synergy. The ingredients work together, each one amplifying the effects of the others. You can enjoy this as a warm, savory side dish with chicken or fish, spoon it over brown rice or quinoa, or even have it on a piece of whole grain toast. Try to incorporate it into your life just 3 or 4 times a week. Many people report feeling a difference, lighter legs, clearer thinking, more stable energy, after just a few servings. Because when you finally quiet that blaring alarm of inflammation, your body can finally get to the work of healing. Your heart gets to rest, your blood flows freely, and your cells can finally breathe. Sometimes the most profound answers aren't in a prescription bottle. They're waiting for us right in our own kitchens. You've just learned about a whole pantry of foods that can help you reclaim your energy, protect your heart, and balance your blood sugar. You have the tools. From the foundational fiber reset to the green heart healers, all the way to this ultimate elixir. It's not about being perfect overnight. It's about taking one small, consistent step. It's about waking up tomorrow and deciding to add one of these secrets to your day. Because your age does not define your future. Your habits do. Give your body the deep, nourishing care it has been asking for. Start with one meal, one change, one healing dish. Which of these insights? Was it the idea of the fiber reset, the power of the antioxidant rainbow, or maybe this simple and powerful onion elixir resonated with you the most? Which one are you excited to try first? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading every single one. If you found this journey valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps our community grow and reach others who need to hear this message. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so we can continue to explore more simple, science-backed ways to live stronger, longer, and happier. You deserve a life that feels good again, and it can start right now. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep thriving.